Hi, I'm doing a series of videos trying to help women who have been in abusive relationships or are currently in abusive relationships. And today I wanted to address onlookers. Onlookers actually serve a very important role in the whole dynamic of the abusive relationship. And this role can either serve to harm or to help the victim. I wanted to address how onlookers frequently resort to judging the victim because they're frustrated. They don't understand, why is this person staying in this abusive relationship? Why doesn't she just leave? And it's actually not that simple. There's a bunch of complicated dynamics behind why women don't leave these relationships. Please check out my video on why women don't leave these relationships, and you'll see all of the reasons and all the dynamics behind that. I serve as a witness, being that I was in an abusive relationship and God helped me to get out of the relationship. I encourage you to watch my video on my testimony and to also check out my website at www.changelives.webs.com. I see a lot of articles where people are really just venting their frustrations. Why does she stay? Why she's so pretty. She has such a good job. She has such a good family situation. Why would she stay? And I'm making this video to protect women from that type of mindset. That type of mindset is very destructive. And if you've never been in an abusive relationship, you are in no place to judge. You are in no place to come to conclusions on that. There's actually a lot of articles out there that are very helpful by people who I assume have never been in abusive relationships before, but they study it and they understand the dynamics behind it, and they serve the purpose of helping the victim by helping them understand it and giving them tips on how to get out of abusive relationships. I'm actually going to do a video later on also on how to get out of these abusive relationships and preventative maintenance to avoid these relationships as well. Stay tuned for that. That will be coming out in the future. For onlookers, all that I ask is that you serve as support, that you listen and don't judge, and that you try to help this person get out of the abusive relationship by any means necessary. Okay? That's your role. Your role is to also find out why women stay in these relationships, not because you want to vent, not because you want to criticize them, but because you want to help them. I don't care how frustrated you are. You're not the one in the relationship. So you needing to vent about your frustration about it is completely unfounded. Anybody can fall victim to abuse. I don't care what the situation is. Anyone can fall victim to abuse. My goal is to help people to not get in these abusive relationships, to get to know themselves, to accept Jesus Christ as their personal Lord and Savior, because Jesus is the only one who is going to help you get to know yourself and know your worth, to where you won't get into these relationships and you'll be able to get out of them if you find yourself in one. But for onlookers, all I ask is that you serve as support and not somebody who's a critic. A lot of onlookers take on the mindset, they get so frustrated, they'll start to think that the woman just deserves the abuse. She's staying, I guess she deserves it. Or maybe she likes it. No, she doesn't like it. Nobody likes to be abused. So please do something about that frustration that you have, that unfounded frustration and venting, and maybe channel that toward helping somebody rather than harming them. I am protecting victims from further alienation in the already horrible, complicated situation they're in, being in an abusive relationship or getting out of one. Because getting out of one is really complicated too. Even though you're out, even though you're not continuing to be abused, it's still extremely difficult. I know I went through it. And I didn't need all these people telling me that I have so much going for me. I never should have been in that relationship. They had no right to tell me that. And I told them so. And I'm also telling any onlookers so who think the same thing. So please serve as support. Please listen. And please do anything you can to help that woman get out of that relationship. Thank you and God bless.